Chapter 5, 162. Reason for being cowardly and afraid of death. Translator, Chibi General Editor, Chibi General. Speaking of it, this central continent Gu Immortal is truly amazing. Seeing through 88 true Yang buildings whole and also using such an idea. Clearly, they were also a refinement pathmaster. No, to reach this step, they have to be at least a grandmaster in refinement path. They actually left behind an immortal Gu as an inheritance. This is truly an immortal treasure. They put the clue in fake gray-white stone slabs. Such creativity and innovation was really amazing. I wonder what kind of successor they want to choose. The most crucial problem of the secret phrase was resolved, but even more questions popped out. Fang Yuan shook his head and cleared up his disorganized thoughts. No matter what, this inheritance is related to an immortal Gu. I need to give it a try with all my effort. Now it should take over half a month at least to prepare the relevant Gu worms. Light in the soil, shine up to 100,000 feet high, swimming in the sky for 100 li, praising plum fragrant snow. These four phrases might be simple, but Fang Yuan would not have been able to decipher them without his refinement path master attainment. Based on Fang Yuan's current comprehension, he needed over 200 Gu worms to borrow the force of 88 true Yang building and refine the mysterious immortal Gu. Among them were 28 rank 4 and rank 5 Gu worms. And this number was only enough for one use. Fang Yuan, in preparing the Gu refinement, would have to make at least 3 times the preparatory materials to prevent any errors during the Gu refinement process, which could lead to failure. And in case he failed, he would require spare Gu worms. 16 days later. In the hall, He Lu Lan showed the demeanor of the Black Tyrant to the fullest, shouting fiercely and wantonly, venting out the anger in his heart. The elders who were scolded and even beaten by He Lu Lan could not raise their heads and were quiet and out of fear. Ever since He Lu Lan entered Imperial Court Blessed Land, his temper had been getting increasingly violent. After 88, True Yang building opened, this change intensified, and his temper became like a barrel of gunpowder, berating and beating his subordinates at the slightest pretext. As of today, there were already 3 He tribe elders who were heavily beaten by him and were still bedridden. Lord Tribe Leader, it is not us slacking in our duty, but this 78th round is truly too difficult. The Golden White Tiger Phantom Guardian is too strong and has 30% of the Desolate Beast powers. With our mortal bodies, no matter how much we try, we can only harass it and have no way to harm it heavily. Moreover, if the Golden White Tiger goes on the offense, our Gu Masters would not be able to resist it. He Pei, the head of the elders, waited for He Lu Lan to finish venting his anger before cautiously speaking. He Lu Lan glanced at him and cursed. Your words are bullshit. Golden White Tiger Phantom might have strong attacking prowess, but as long as we all unite and disregard the sacrifices, we can definitely defeat it before the time limit. You guys are all afraid of difficulties, tarnishing my He tribe's reputation of bravery. The elders shrunk their heads after being scolded, not daring to say anything. He Lu Lan's words were actually not without reason. It was already not the first time in dealing with the Golden White Tiger Phantom. If they truly disregarded sacrifices, and people were willing to be cannon fodder and fought to give others an opportunity, even at the cost of their own lives under the claws of the Golden White Tiger Phantom, then He tribe's offense, although powerless, would accumulate with time and could be like groups of ants biting an elephant, eventually defeating the Golden White Tiger Phantom. But the truth of the matter was when the Golden White Tiger Phantom attacked, everyone feared for their life and was afraid of going forward, causing He Lu Lan's advancement in 88 True Yang building to stop at this round, unable to progress any further. He Lu Lan's shouts kept on resounding in the hall. Right now, no one dared to antagonize this furious black tyrant who did not spare even his tribesmen. After He Lu Lan vented his anger once more, he sat down on the main seat with a gloomy expression. His heart was filled with pent-up fury. Especially when he looked at these silent elders, he felt sick to his stomach. Besides anger, he felt helplessness. During the imperial court contest, these Hay tribe elders had fought bravely and had no fear. But in this place, they were worried for their safety. Where did their courage go? Actually, Heilulan understood. During the imperial court contest, rewards and punishments were openly issued. People fought to be the first, competing for fame and fortune, to be stronger and to survive. However, in 88 True Yang Building, the rewards for passing the stages would go to the tribe leader, which caused everyone to have very little incentive to charge through the rounds. The most important reason was that they had already won the imperial court contest, and there were no more threats to their survival, and there were also many inheritances outside the sacred palace. As long as they survived this period of time, they were bound to have an even more radiant future when they exited imperial court, blessed land. Only fools would do things like abandoning their lives and acting as cannon fodder to help someone else. Hay tribe's elders were all extremely crafty. Preserving their lives was most important. And besides that, so what if they were scolded and beaten by Heilulan? Even if Heilulan heavily injured them and they had to lie on the bed, it was nothing compared to dying. Heilulan was aware of the elders' thoughts. Even if I am a rank 5 expert, I cannot control their will. Once there is no unity, it will not be easy to lead even if the tribe is stronger. Never mind. Heilulan sighed inwardly and spoke. Since it is so, then I can only open up 88 True Yang Building and gather everyone's strength to charge through the rounds. Requesting outside help required guest tokens. But right now, besides Hay tribe, there were also other Huangjin tribes like Yelui tribe, Ma tribe, and so on in Imperial Court Blessed Land. One could imagine that once Heilulan opens up 88 True Yang Building to them, these people would definitely charge forward madly. With this, they could be the cannon fodder. After hearing Heilulan's words, the elders exchanged veiled communication with each other through their gazes. This method allowed them to stay away from the vanguard position, but they were somewhat unwilling. The first elder, Hay Pei, stepped forward. Lord Tribe Leader, this is a clever method, but we need to keep up our guard. These people might have the old ancestors' bloodline running through them, but they are not of our Hay tribe. When they pass the rounds and get the benefits, I am afraid they won't hand over anything. That's right, Lord. Elder Hay Chi Sheng also added, our Hay tribe racked our brains and suffered great difficulties before we were able to emerge as the winner in this time's imperial court contest. This 88 True Yang Building is ours. Why should we share it with outsiders? There are precedents of such actions, but when looking at history, those were all weak tribes who won by fluke and did not have the ability to get through the stages, so they had no choice but to mobilize other Huangjin tribes. Our Hay tribe is strong and has many competent experts. How can we seek others' help? Heilulan raised his brows. Since our troops are strong, why are we not able to challenge even one golden white tiger phantom? You group of dog shit trash, only cherishing your lives dearly. But when I want to bring in outsiders to stake their lives for us, you are afraid of them taking the benefits? Do you think there is such a good thing in this world? Different from these elders, Heilulan was already feeling very anxious. He was the possessor of great strength, true martial physique, and must obtain a strength path, Immortal Gu, to advance to Gu Immortal. Only by becoming an immortal could he alleviate this threat to his life. However, whether 88 True Yang Building had any strength path Immortal Gu or which floor the strength path Immortal Gu was on, both were unknown. As such, he wholeheartedly wanted to break the conventions and bring in the situation where the Huangjin tribes cooperate to get through the rounds. Each round he passed would allow the owner token with him to advance and make it more convenient to proceed onwards. Although they were defeated repeatedly at this round, Heilulan thought of it as a good opportunity. He took the chance to create difficulty and shouted once again. His furious shouts resounded in the hall, causing everyone's ears to hear buzzing. Due to Heilulan's might and terrifying reputation, the elders could only choose to compromise. The first elder, Hay Pei, said with worry, opening 88. True Yang Building to others is like letting in a torrent. Once its momentum increases, it will definitely cause disastrous losses. I suggest we place some limits. Wolf King Chang Shan Yin was a lesson that is right before us. These words immediately caused an intense commotion among the elders. Someone said with a bitter tone, "Right, Wolf King is really a hoodlum. He is hogging the benefits all to himself. Right now, he is in closed-door cultivation, maybe inwardly laughing to himself." Someone scoffed with disdain. 88 True Yang Building belongs to Hay Tribe. We let him participate to tackle the round because we thought highly of him. But he repays us like this. What dog-shit Northern Plains hero? He is just an ungrateful thief. Someone said with a cold and gloomy gaze. In my opinion, when we open up 88 True Yang Building this time, we should not bring Chang Shan Yin in. This will teach him a lesson. He Lu Lan coldly snorted. He was naturally greatly dissatisfied with Fang Yuan's behavior. If it was someone else, he would have already taken action. But Chang Shan Yin was not a measly character. His bearing in the decisive battle of the imperial court contest was still deeply engraved in He Lu Lan's mind. If he said he was not afraid, he would be lying. However, openly excluding Chang Shan Yin was not appropriate as well. Not only would that be a display of narrow-mindedness, in case Wolf King was offended, even if Chang Shan Yin did not make a move, he still had the Azure Wolf Group. First Elder He Pei. Since you mentioned this, then let's hear it. He Lu Lan spoke. He Pei slightly smiled and said with confidence, "There is no problem in opening 88 True Yang Building to the outside from tomorrow. But before entering the building, no matter who it is, they would need to pay a fee. There will only be a quota of 800 entrants every day, and the fee for entrance will increase according to the order of the entrance. At the same time, they must use poison Valgu and agree to give 50% of all their gains to Hay Tribe." He paused before continuing. "As for outsiders that want to enter the tower, they need to pay a high price to purchase our guest tokens." Every elder present at the scene immediately had bright gazes as they praised this suggestion. He Lu Lan swept over the scene once before leaning back on his chair, slowly closing his eyes. "All right, this matter shall be done, as He Pei says." He Pei was exulted. "Lord Tribe Leader is wise and powerful." "Thank you, Lord Tribe Leader, for your appreciation." The news of 88 True Yang Building opening to the outside spread and immediately caused a huge sensation in the Sacred Palace. Countless people rushed to the place of registration. One side cursed Hay tribesmen for their ruthlessness in asking such a greatly high fee, while another side paid generously and even fought others for a quota to enter. Fang Yuan observed indifferently, but he was inwardly happy. Right now, inheriting Dichu inheritance was of the utmost priority to him. Even if He Lu Lan took the initiative to invite him, he would not have been very willing. While the others had their attentions on 88 True Yang Building now, it was the perfect time for him to make his move on the inheritance.